Let's add me over here. And how do we want to arrange this? That way, and that way. How are we going to do this? Let's do it this way. Shit, why not? Anyway, I originally set the time for the stream wrong, so I had to back it up. So if I miss anybody, sorry guys. Yeah, it's been one of those days already. So we're going to go through the latest press conference. And no, maybe I do want to leave them. Oh shit, I forgot to do that. Where's that? So this looks like the latest press conference I can find over this church shooter in Houston, and we're going to listen to this. While we're kind of getting warmed up here, let me look at something. I'm over on X. Let's share this tab instead, real fast. Now this was just a church shooting. Happened yesterday. And I just want to see, because everything's been real quiet about this. She-Hulk's trending. Rand Paul. Freeze Palestine is trending. Let's see what's trending under. Nope, that's not what I want to do. What? Well, go sit in there. I'll check it. I'll check it in a second.
Dance and jump rope because it was more.
I'll check it in a second.
Because 4 is more than 1.
I'm trying to work on kids with homework and stuff too. Deadfoot. I'm following Deadfoot. Go there. So DC Drano's got something about it. That's about Uvalde. And what I'm getting at is let me bring this back over and get back over here. Stop sharing that. What I'm getting at is normally there are posts from every town, Moms Demand, all of these leftist groups, whenever there's a shooting like this, that are just exploding on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. And it's been like crickets since not too long after this shooting happened. And what it really comes down to is the messaging. It does not fit their narrative. So this is the latest press conference I could find, and I wanted to take a look at this. Oof. Military Arms was posting something pretty damn spicy about something else. So I wanted to watch this with you guys and just kind of see what they got to say at this point. Because like I said, there's not the normal coverage of this. So let's go through, let's say hi to all the perps, and then we will get rolling. Damon, what is up, my brother? Shana. I know I pronounce things wrong. Forgive me. Don't beat me to death. What's up, my sister? Jova Q is out there. What is happening? What you know good, my brother? And there's a few out there that haven't chatted yet. But we're going to watch this. We're just going to see, because like I said, this is about the latest press conference I could find. And we're going to see what they got to say. Because, again, the media went crickets on this not too long after it happened. And normally, it's blasted out, Moms Demand, every town. All of them have got posts for it all day long, every day. And then this one there was a blip. It happened, and then it just went quiet. So I want to watch this. And we'll let most of it play without me opening my fat trap so we can get through it. But I just want to watch it and see what they got to say.
To our diverse community, every place of worship is important to the law enforcement community that stands behind me. Whether it's our churches, our synagogues, our mosques, our temples, we are going to provide you protection. We're increasing security. Won't discuss publicly all provisions, but we're going to continue to make public safety our highest priority. I would also like to emphasize we need to continue to be aware of mental health issues in our community, indications that mental health played a role in an early investigation. Want to also ask the public not only keep the victims in their prayers, the suspect's family in our prayers. There was a lot of pain exhibited yesterday and being felt today. I want you to pray for the first responders. The two gentlemen that neutralized the suspect yesterday, a TABC officer and an HPD officer, did not go to work yesterday morning planning to have to use their weapons. They're suffering today. They need our prayers and our counseling. And in closing, let me thank the men and women of every agency that's represented up here today, and some are out in the field. I speak quite often about collaboration of our law enforcement agencies in our community. I want the public to know, I want Houstonians to know that we have every level of government represented here today, led by our fine, outstanding Chief Fenner. The scene yesterday was hectic, but people came together, agencies, all the agencies representing law enforcement in our community at the state level and at the federal level. It's an ongoing investigation, but that's the way cooperation is supposed to work. And to the Houston community, we feel, as we stand before you today, the community's unity. That's what great communities do. We don't start pointing fingers. We don't worry about who's going to get credit for work. We come together. This is a great community, great people, but with the first responders that showed up at the scene and have worked all night long and have an ongoing investigation. Let's keep our first responders. We want to assure Reverend Osteen's church that we understand the trauma that they went through to those families. We want them to understand everybody was doing everything they could on the scene yesterday, the reunification of the family.
Now, let's understand, if there weren't armed people in that church, apparently this, whatever I think they talk about later on the press conference, this person would have shot a lot more people if there weren't armed people there to respond to it immediately. And anytime we see one of these shooters come out and there are armed people in the vicinity of the shooting and they shut them down quick, the media goes quiet for the most part. They'll throw a story out here, story out there. They don't blow it out of proportion like a lot of other shootings you see where multiple unarmed people are actually murdered and then police have to wait to respond. Uvalde. So this chick had the AR-15. I'll guarantee the two guys that engaged her had handguns. And if I can, while I'm doing this, if I can look back and I can find, there's a video on Twitter I saw the freaking 4 this morning that showed people in the front lobby, and the shooting was happening somewhere else, but you can hear the number of shots, and there are a lot of shots being fired. It's not just pow pow and then pow 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 and it's done. There are quite a few shots. But this is another church shooting in Texas. I can't remember the guy's name. The shooter jumped up with a shotgun, shot the first guy. He engaged from 30 yards away or so, domed the dude with 357 SIG and made 357 SIG again, sexy again. And again, media goes quiet. Poof. That just didn't happen. And yet they will tell you that, good guys with a gun is a myth.
We had families separated from their children. So this is what collaboration and unity and dedication to public safety provides. Let's continue to support the first responders. We'll be very transparent as we go forward, And with that message, I would like to yield.
This
to
goes
Chief
on for
Phillips.
about 50 minutes, so I'm going to try to let it
Good
run as
afternoon,
much as I can.
everyone. I want to first thank all of my colleagues.
Hey, Joe, I've never fired it, brother.
Of the collaboration.
I don't think I knew it
difficult
existed until that
decision,
dude killed that
yesterday,
shooter in the church
Very
with it.
proud of everybody who showed up, and we got everything under control. I want to ask for prayers for a 7-year-old kid who's fighting for his life. And questions came up yesterday about him.
A kid
think
this person apparently
What we need
used
to
as
do
a
for him is pray
human
and
shield.
Bob, the Lakewood family, and the mayor spoke on it. But I spoke to Pastor Osteen this morning, and he would have been here. But his duty, his heart is with his congregation right now, trying to start the healing process. And we want to pray for them and our entire community. But as I said yesterday, I'll say it again. We go through tragic moments, but we're going to stand up as Houstonians, as like we always do with any tragedy. But we wanted to come here and provide an update on the incident of yesterday. And I just want to go over a few things, a few individuals who are here. Mayor Whitmire already spoke. I'm speaking, Chief Pena will speak. The FBI SAC, Douglas Williams, will say a few words. TABC Director Kevin Lilly will make some remarks. The update on the actual investigation is going to come from our commander of homicide, Hasek. We're going to follow up in Spanish with Commander Hector Garcia. Will probably just summarize everything that everybody's saying up here briefly. And then we'll go to question and answers. Also want to acknowledge the director of DPS, Gerald Brown, is here. Thank you. And also Harris County Sheriff Higgins.
Let me pause this real quick. And we'll show this. This was a video, I guess, in the lobby. And listen to the shots. Let me back this up.
What the fuck?
So you guys tell me, because
District
I heard
Attorney,
about
Kim Ogg is here.
24 shots. And you can look it up on X, whatever. I mean, I just did a real quick search for it. But I heard about 24 shots. One guy was shot in the leg. Shooter was mortally injured. Kid was, I hope, not mortally injured. That's about 24 shots. Pretty. It wasn't just a quick thing. I mean, technically it is a quick thing. It happened in kind of a short amount of time, but it wasn't just pow, 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 and then 2 shots respond and a person goes down. There were people responding to that from my point of view, had to move, had to shoot at the same time, had to engage a target while they're trying to avoid shots. And that's a messy situation. Yeah, brother. Warsaw, yeah, I'm going to do something on that as soon as I can. I kind of pulled back and decided to kind of touch on this tonight.
As well. And if I missed out on somebody, you let me know. But a lot of work has been conducted. And Justin, since
mainly because the media went
a lot of things
quiet on this quick.
We will not be able to answer every question. Information that we do have, we'll share it with you if we can, but let's just take that into consideration. Also, want to close out by saying it's important, as the mayor said, that our community, and not only religious institutions, all of our communities, we need to hold one another up. in this moment and any other moment. We need to watch out for one another. And you'll see us out there, more visible presence.
About protecting one another.
Behind those visible presence are true relationships where we communicate every day with everybody in our community that we possibly can.
I'll say this, Warsaw, since you brought it up. Let me do this. This whole thing with Biden, this report, I posted something on X, probably early as fuck this morning, because I was still up. Been up most of the night. But when you read the first page of the report, it tells you that the Biden team and his lawyers got to read that report before it came out. They made certain technical corrections to it, but they read the report. They knew what was coming. So don't make any mistakes, man. This shit with Biden, this shit's been in the works for a long time. His replacement is already in the wings. They're just waiting to roll him out. When they roll him out, I don't know. They could literally let him get elected and then roll his replacement out after that, depending on how things go. But yeah, this stuff it's already done, man. They knew this stuff was coming out. They've all known Joe Biden's been just a dementia patient since he got elected. What's up, Vanessa Kitty?
We'll continue to do that. I'm going to step aside briefly and bring up Chief Sam Pena.
Thank you, Troy. And thank you, Mayor, for bringing this group together. I want to first extend my gratitude as well to all the agencies that participated in this incident, the ones that we collaborate on a day-to-day basis, because again, it's about those relationships that are built ahead of time that ensures an efficient response to these types of incidents when needed. Also,
you guys literally responded to a shooter that was already down. You check for bombs and chemicals.
That is suffering and it's traumatic for our community as well when these incidents happen.
Drew a chalk outline and
the
hauled
purpose
people out of church.
of my briefing here today is just to allay some of the fears that may be out there in regards to any possible exposure to chemicals that may or may not have been present at the scene. As we mentioned yesterday, in collaboration with the Hughton Police Department's bomb squad, our hazmat task force and decontamination task force were on scene conducting tests on any of the products that may have been at the location. The tests were completed, the preliminary tests were completed on scene. I can safely say that there is no risk of exposure to any chemical or product that may have been present to anybody that was at the facility, at the church, any of the first responders, anybody that came in contact or in the general vicinity, and certainly no danger to our community in terms of any hazmat products. The products on their own are benign, and they're common products that we would see in other applications. So I want to make sure that we communicated that to our community. There was no risk of exposure or ill effect or hazard to our community as a result of any product that was out there. And we're going to continue our partnership with law enforcement, certainly my partner in public safety, Troy Finner, and his team, until we complete this investigation. So I'll turn it back to you, Chief. Thank you.
FBI SAC Special Agent in charge.
So let me do this real quick, because if most of you aren't aware, let me share this tab. Let's share this tab. This is who the media is reporting that the church shooter was. This chick. And I think they get into it a little bit in the press conference. Apparently she had some gender issues and some issues with Israel. But again, I can type in church shooter on X right now. I can find the post-millennial. I can find Larry Elder posted about it. Bunch of people. Guess who I don't see? I don't see Mom's Demand. I don't see Everytown. I don't see all the big gun groups, gun control groups posting about it. It's like they've all of a sudden lost their voices.
Thank you, Chief. Appreciate it. I'd first like to start by thanking all of the partners who are here today.
It very well could be,
response
Matt.
to the incident yesterday.
Very
Good
well
afternoon.
could
My
be.
name is Doug Williams. I'm the special agent in charge of the FBI's
Let me
Houston
make
field
this dude
office.
bigger.
Unfortunately, we've always said that it's not a matter of if an active shooter event will occur in our city, but when. That win was Sunday afternoon.
Frag Out said there
Just
was
before
another
service
shooter they
at
stopped
one
down
of the
there
largest congregations,
not too long
not
before
just
this.
in Houston or
that
Texas,
didn't make it to the
but in the
shooting.
United States.
Got trapped
We
up
are
over some other stuff.
extremely thankful for the quick response of the 2 officers working security at the church at the time that engaged the shooter. I think all of us here would agree
Notice
that if
the-
it weren't for them, the number of casualties and victims would have been much higher.
Now, the 2 trained officers that were there, supposedly, last I heard, in Legally Armed America, if I thought about it, I posted this video in the description of this because he just did a video about it. Can't remember, he said it or another video said these guys, one was with the alcohol, the ABC group, alcohol, tobacco, it wasn't ATF, it was ABC. They managed alcohol licenses and stuff. And then I think the other dude was a sheriff. Both of them have been serving less than 5 years. I guarantee you, a lot of the people in this chat could outshoot these dudes any day of the week, can outdraw them, can outshoot them, you name it. Because we train more than they do. Ultimately, these guys were serving in a civilian capacity as church goers that engaged this shooter. And they do a whole lot to try to damn kind of sling that to the side and ignore it.
There is no doubt that their heroic actions saved lives. The FBI has been assisting our partners at the Houston Police Department with the
One
investigation
Carl, what's
of the
up, my
shooting
brother?
at Lakewood Church since it immediately happened. We'll continue to assist them for as long as needed. The FBI is working with HPD to follow all logical investigative leads related to the shooting. As the chief just said, it's way too early to determine a motive for the shooter's actions.
But apparently this
in the
chick had Free
business
Palestine
speculating.
stuck on her rifle.
Our work is based on facts and evidence, and we're still in the process of collecting those facts and evidence. That process will take time.
You see how this is what drives me insane. You see how this narrative changes. Oh, we got to look at the facts. We got to fact find. We got to figure out what's going on. But if it was a white male that did the shooting, it'd be racist off the rip. I don't know. I don't know whether it was a DD rifle. What's up, Chambered? I just saw you come in, brother. Someone said something to kind of lead me to believe this was kind of more my end, the poverty pony rifle. So we'll see. We'll see what they say about it. Ultimately, they're just going on with it. The fact that it was an AR-15. But yeah, if this was if this was someone that looked like me, they'd already be claiming race or whatever else, just depending. So we'll see. But yeah, and I think they get into it in this press conference. She apparently had like Free Palestine stuck on a rifle or something like that. There's a lot of funny shit.
It is very common for the FBI to provide support to partner law enforcement agencies during an active shooter incident and in the immediate aftermath of a shooting. The FBI has an arsenal of local and national resources at our disposal that we can deploy. These include technical resources as well as personnel resources such as agents, investigative analysts, evidence response teams, victim service specialists, just to name a few. Yesterday, we deployed all those resources and will continue to support HPD for as long as it's needed. In the meantime, if anyone has information about Sunday's shooting at Lakewood Church that they'd like to share, we'd ask that you please contact the Houston Police Department and share the lead, as they are the lead investigative agency. Again, the FBI is assisting, and we will continue to assist our partners here for as long as needed. Thank you very much.
Thank you. TABC Director Kevin Lilly. Thanks.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Chief. I'm Kevin Lilly,
You wanna
Chairman
say
of the
something
Texas
first?
Alcoholic Beverage Commission.
Say
First,
first.
I'd like to offer my sincere condolences to the congregation
I
of
know you
Lakewood
got your
Church
cars.
and Greater Houston. As the mayor said, our places of worship are both sacred and safe, and all Texans grieve what happened at Lakewood Church yesterday.
I wonder how many gun-free
When
zone
the
signs were on that
sanctity of a
church.
church is violated, or any house of worship,
Just asking.
that is an attack on
Curiosity.
the very foundation of this nation. And so we are so grateful for the action of our Houston police officer
I
involved,
don't know
as well
what this
as
car is called.
TABC agent
This is
Adrian
kind of
Herrera, who were the officers on the scene,
a funny build.
and their actions working together to neutralize the suspect. The FBI said saved lives. You know, the term hero has been used today, and sometimes it's said flippantly. But I think what happened yesterday was the personification of heroism and valor, in which total
God, I love my
disregard for
kiddos.
your own safety, saving others before yourself. Chief, I was talking to a couple of your deputy chiefs yesterday, as well as some of the FBI agents, and they spoke almost in great respect of the fact that these two officers held their ground. They held their ground in the face of rifle fire at point-blank range. And they continued to fire until
So that video shows
the,
about
perpetrator
what
was
20. I didn't.
neutralized. And they
I
did
probably missed
not
some shots.
yield.
So about 24 shots going back and forth.
And they remained.
Two dudes with handguns and a chick with an AR.
Agent Herrera and the HPD officer involved were a gauntlet. They were a wall that existed between worshipers and terror, between freedom of religion and murder. And we should all be mindful of the sacrifices that our men and women in law.
But honestly, he talks about law enforcement here, but these were just at that time two average guys in a church. There's never been a single wannabe mass shooter that has just gotten tired of killing innocent people and shot themselves. I've seen one kill themselves on video. It was a LA shooting, and he was getting engaged so much by law enforcement that he knew he just wasn't getting out of that shit, and he did himself. But the only way you stop these people is putting more force in their direction than they are willing to put back in yours.
Law enforcement make every day. It is a profession of the highest honor. I just thought this morning that if your son or daughter came into your living room tonight and said, "Mom, Dad, I want to be a cop. I want to be a
I would
law
tell them
enforcement,"
hell no at this
you
point.
should receive that request with reverence and respect.
I would tell them
Because
not
these
no,
individuals
but hell no.
place their lives on the line for us. It is an act of service unlike any other. And so I would like to thank Chief Fenner for your excellent work.
I would rather
I'd
my
also
kids
like to thank our
specialize in
mayor.
the
I
law
have known Mayor Whitmire for many
and
years.
focus on Second Amendment
He and I
law
don't always agree on everything
than be a cop
politically.
right now.
And we've been on other sides of the
Point
fence.
blank.
But I will say this, for as long as I've known
100%.
him, he has always honored and respected law enforcement. Public safety, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the most critical things that we have. And I would say this, to elected officials that want to defund police, to elected officials that want to demonize law enforcement, I say they do so at their own political peril. And so we need to unify as a
Yeah,
community
Matt, that's about it.
to defend our men and women in the thin blue line. So I would just like to thank all of you here and to all the brave men and women who defend our city.
Thank you very much, Commander.
What's up, Tread? What's going on, my brother?
Good afternoon.
I think this dude gets into it.
Commander, HPD Homicide, also leader of our Special Investigations Unit, last name HASSIG. I just want to talk about the investigative steps, where we're at, what we've accomplished so far, and what we're going to be doing moving forward. All right. Please be mindful. We are approximately 24 hours into this investigation. It's very fluid, and the investigators under my Special Investigations Unit have been working around the clock.
This is where you figure out why
this entire time
coverage is gone.
So Sunday, yesterday, February 11th,
quiet.
At 13:53, at 1:53 p.m., we had an individual pull up in front of Lakewood Church on the west side of the building off of Timmins. She gets out of her white vehicle. She opens the door, pulls out the 7-year-old child out of the back seat, as well as a bag that is with her. She goes, she confronts a security guard who lets her in along the west side of the building. At 1:55 p.m., she immediately starts firing inside of the hallway on the west side of Lakewood Church. She's in the hall, not in the sanctuary. Multiple rounds are fired by her, at which point Officer Moreno of the Hughton Police Department, working an approved extra job at the location, as well as TABC Agent Herrera, return fire, and the exchange is all there on the west side of the building, in the hallway. Multiple shots are exchanged by all three. She eventually falls to the ground. The 7-year-old child falls to the ground as well from gunfire, one gunshot wound to the head. Like has been mentioned earlier today, he is in critical condition at this time. And at 2:07 p.m., she is pronounced deceased by Hughton Fire Department personnel. Other things that we know at this point in regards to the investigation. Our shooter is identified by driver's license as Genesee Moreno, 36 years old, Hispanic female.
It was more than just suicide by cop,
some
Tread.
discrepancies. We do have reports. She used multiple aliases, including Jeffrey Escalante. So she has utilized both male and female names, but through all of our investigation to this point.
So let me throw this out to everybody, and I submit this to the crowd. This was a shooter that looked like me. It'd be all over the media right now. Now they're just kind of focused on there was someone who tried a church shooting. They're not going into the person themselves. They're not mentioning the fact that this was one, not a dude that looked like me, wasn't a dude in the first place, and was a person who is not a dude and is confused about their gender. That's kind of a tightrope to try to walk. But yeah. And I'll keep looking, but yeah, this Everytown, Mom's Demand, Brady, Giffords, where are you guys at? I haven't seen shit from you guys since yesterday. I may not have seen anything from you guys yesterday. Not that I remember anyway. Yeah, that's another iffy question right there, because apparently this chick owned a home or rented a home or something. It doesn't mean she was legal, but
Talking with individuals, interviews, documents.
like we don't have enough
Hughton Police
fucking
Department
criminally
reports.
insane people in the
She has
United
not
States. Now we got to
identified
import
this
them.
entire time as female, she, her, and so we are identifying her as Genesee Moreno, Hispanic female.
Oh my God.
There were two
Hold on,
weapons
we'll watch
of
this,
hers
but let me
recovered
find something
on the
else.
scene. An Anderson Manufacturing AR-15, which was what she utilized
Poverty Pony.
to fire at the officers. There was a sticker on the buttstock of the rifle that stated Palestine. A sticker simply stated Palestine on the buttstock. Also within the possession of near her, what she brought in, according to video, and she had in a bag, was a .22 caliber rifle by Blue Line Solutions. She had that. She brought that in. She did not fire that weapon. We do have her vehicle. We are in possession of that. We will be processing that and see if there is more evidence.
I
We
gotta
want to
see if I
thank
can find
our
this.
federal and state partners for their assistance in helping process the
So-
scene.
About
We,
this stupid.
we have uncovered some items. We do have some anti-Semitic writings that we have uncovered during this process. But like I said, we are 24 hours into it. It is very new. We are getting new information as the hours change. And so we are going to be delving into that more. But we do want to stress that she acted alone. We do believe this was what we term a lone wolf, lone suspect situation. We do not believe this is part of a larger nexus. She is not part of a larger group or set of individuals. We believe that Genesee Moreno acted alone. We do have some facts that she was put under an emergency detention order by Houston police officers.
we'll check in a sec.
We believe in 2016.
Also, do you
We
still
do believe that she does
some
have a
papers I gave
mental
you?
health history that is
Huh?
Okay, I
documented
see them.
through us
Do you have papers I
and
gave
through
you?
Okay.
interviews with family members. And we do want to state that through our investigation, I mentioned anti-Semitic writing. We do believe that there was a familial dispute that has taken place between her ex-husband and her ex-husband's family, and some of those individuals are Jewish. So we believe that that is might possibly be where all of this stems from. We ask anybody with information to please call the Houston Homicide Department, 713-308-3600, or Crime Stoppers at 713-222-TIPS, TIPS, if they have any information regarding Miss Moreno or anything that could assist us with this investigation.
Thank you very much. We'll hold questions until we translate, and then we'll get everybody. Come on. Thank you. Good job. Thank you.
Buenas tardes. Hoy queremos darle las gracias a todos nuestros compañeros que nos acompañan aquí al frente. Como ustedes pueden ver,
Okay, I'm gonna pause this. What's up, Jason? My brother, what's happening? I'm gonna hit this because we're talking about this whole gender thing, and this one, it's I thought it was UK, but it's actually Vancouver. And I'm gonna share this tab, and I'm gonna hit this one real quick, and then I'm gonna step right the fuck off it and get back to this. But it goes, kind of shows you where we're going when this chick identified as a man, woman, and cops don't want to actually say, hey, this is a woman. Well, here's a case where the cops didn't want to admit that this was a man, even though they saw the penis and they had semen evidence. Metro Vancouver Transit Police are refusing to confirm whether the suspect in a SkyTrain sexual assault investigation is male or female. Speaking to Redux and Publica Now, a constable said police don't know, even though the suspect has a penis. Yeah, let's
hay
get back to this.
representantes tanto de agencias locales como estatales y hasta federales. Como dijo el alcalde hace unos momentos, queremos decirle al público.
Chess, that is a really good goddamn question. Now, again, and maybe I heard it wrong, but I didn't hear that she bought this from an FFL. She could have been a private transfer. I could have been looking up other stuff when they said she got it from an FFL, so I don't quote me on that. Could have been a private transfer. Private transfers are completely legal. So don't quote me on where she got it. I have no idea at this point. Almost every time I've listened to this stuff, I've been doing a ton of other shit, and I might have missed that.
Público
que estamos aquí para servirles, que vamos a estar más al pendiente de todas las instituciones religiosas para que.
Yeah, but if they just say she bought the gun legally, that doesn't mean she bought it from an FFL. It's person-to-person transfers in Texas are legal. So if I'm in Texas, I can go sell my AR to somebody, and it's a legal transfer. Now, if they say that she filled out a 4473 from an FFL and bought the gun, then we run into a whole nother set of circumstance. Like, why in the hell was this person with this background able to buy a firearm? But then again, I've talked about my situation in the past before. I had a felony for a long time. I got all that put under first offender. I have filled out multiple 4473s in the last quite a few years and bought guns legally. On the last transfer that I was going to do, I got, what'd they say? It went denied, then it went pending, and it stayed pending forever. Luckily, I knew that the dude who was running the FFL, and he talked to the ATF, and the ATF was like, yeah, we're just having a lot of that going on right now. And I finally I let it go on for damn near a month before I went and picked up the frame that I had to pick up, or the receiver. And they checked it out later. It was like, yeah, he's all good. So the whole system, background check system, is full of shit in the first place, because pretty much 98% of the people they stop from buying firearms are all mismatched names and shit like that. So, yeah, they have no faith in our background check system. But yeah, if she bought this gun in a private transfer from someone else, then yeah, it's a legal purchase. It just wasn't done through an FFL. It's kind of hard to tell from their wording, man, because I haven't heard anybody say yet that she went to, say, Fred's gun store and bought this thing, or she just bought it legally from Fred, who had a gun for sale. I haven't heard that distinction yet. And either way, if she bought it from Fred, who just had a gun to sell, well, that's legal. It's a person-to-person transfer. If she bought it from Fred's gun store, well, what that means is the government fucked up. They didn't put in their information that should have been in the database that would have stopped her from purchasing the gun in the first place. So there's a couple things going right there.
La gente se sienta segura, que puedan continuar con su libertad de expresar su
we're going
religión.
to skip it past.
Como dijo también el jefe Troy Choza, como acabo de decir, y no se le dio.
We're going to do some skipping.
They had around the church that day and all the days. Go ahead.
Well, let me back that up just a little bit and see if I can catch where he started speaking.
Kevin. Thank you, Commander, and it's
Okay, so there he is.
great to have a PhD Spanish-speaking commander. I want to thank you for what you do for all of us and the community.
Dude,
Let
you're
me
in
say this
Texas.
before
You
we
better
go.
have someone speaking Spanish.
A lot of people in this room, okay? Raise your hand and we're going to acknowledge. We're going to try to get to many questions as we can, okay? But we ask you to respect the process. It's easier that way, okay? Go ahead, sir.
Chief Peter Kevin is back, ABC 13.
Hey,
You
Kevin.
and your main investigator mentioned that she got past a security guard on the west side of the building. Was there some sort of lapse of security that allowed her to get in the building? Was she not properly checked like a metal detector?
No, we're not saying that at all. I think specifically she displayed or possibly pointed a weapon at that security officer and kind of forced her way in. So not saying a security breach at all, and that's an important question. We want to acknowledge the security that they had around the church that day and all the days. Go ahead.
Can you talk, sir, about the relationship between the suspect and the 7-year-old fighting for their life?
I'll let the investigator say a few words on it, but we do believe it's a relative, and I think it's been confirmed that is the biological mother. And if I'm correct on that, and that, yeah, it's the biological mother. Okay.
We have a question about
Go ahead.
the weapons might be we understand that she had a previous criminal background that showed she had a misdemeanor charge for a weapon that was taken away from her, and that the FBI also made question about a possible weapon she was going to purchase in 2023. How was she able to get a hold of these weapons?
That's part of the investigation, he can speak to that.
Oh yeah, Walter, you ain't wrong,
really
brother. I
quickly,
just saw that
but,
comment.
That's the challenges that we have, and that's what law enforcement talk about all the time. We need to make sure everything is tight, and we're not people standing up here against Second and Right Amendments, but people who are suffering from mental illness, criminals, and yes. So we're looking at that, and if you want to add to it, you're okay. Yeah, go ahead. Come on.
I don't really have anything to add. I think it's we're in the infancy stages of this. I completely understand. We want to know the motive, how she got the weapon, why she did this.
So you guys don't know whether she got it from an FFL yet or not.
When the FBI does make an inquiry about weapons that are going to try to be purchased by someone who has mental health issue and a criminal background, what do you do with that information afterwards?
So when that information
Yeah,
comes through, the FBI will receive it, and then we share that with our local partners. Yes.
Yes,
You only get part of the truth. You got to dig for the rest.
I think we're still working through it, but can I say multiple rounds of ammunition, multiple rounds were fired, but just 24 hours into it, I don't want to give you a definitive
Barnaby,
answer.
what's up, my brother?
Multiple rounds and multiple rounds fired. Go ahead, and we'll work our way to the back. Go ahead, Mario. Yeah.
We'll play that Twitter video after this and see how many shots everybody counts.
Yes,
I was counting like
Moreno, and we'll be sending that information out to y'all.
28.
And I don't want to speak for my TABC, but we'll get that out sometime pretty soon. Go ahead. No, not that we know of. One more, and that's it. There's a lot of people in this room. Go ahead. Go ahead, Mario. Go ahead.
Yeah, Hughton shooting.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, Bernie.
I got it at 153. He arrives, or she arrives. Forgive me. She arrives at 153. 2
Right.
73rd dead by HPD. How
That's
long
right.
before there was gunfire engaged, and how long did that gun exchange last?
The
Gun exchange was 15
shooting
seconds.
began almost instantaneous upon her entering the building, which roughly 1:55. Takes her a little over a minute to get in after talking with the security guard. The firing commences right after that. There's a few minute
That's just a guess. I
gun
didn't count.
battle, for lack of a better term. They're exchanging gunfire, and she is down. And then our officers followed their
Do I still have it up on my
They linked up.
Twitter?
They talked about a game plan, approached the body. Somebody else pulled the 7-year-old to safety. And so all of this transpired within a matter of less than 12 minutes.
And we'll get a timeline a little bit later. Let me get you some more questions. Go ahead.
Why Lakewood Church? It's a long way from Conroe where she lives.
I
Okay,
can't speculate for her. That's part of the investigation. But it could be any place of worship. And as I said earlier, and I want us to kind of get this. It could be any location. Bad people or people or individuals suffering from mental illness and with guns. We need to all look out for them.
Does family members she was in a dispute with, though, did they attend services there?
No, not at all. Go ahead, and then we'll work our way back to you. Say that one more time. I'm very sorry. Yeah, you can do it. Yeah, go ahead. Come up, Hector.
Bueno, afortunadamente en esta ciudad tenemos muchas organizaciones
Barnaby, this is all
que
you,
pueden
brother.
darle ayuda a estos individuos que necesitan hablar con alguien o hay alguna ayuda psiquiátrica o psicológica. Hay muchas organizaciones, inclusive me imagino que ahorita
Her
la
organization-
misma iglesia está tratando de ayudar a las personas que atienden esa iglesia.
Sam, what's up, my brother?
One in back, and then work our way in the front and over there too. Go ahead. How you doing?
At one point, I could speak German pretty good, but I've never learned Spanish. Damn, that sounds fucked up.
Investigation.
Nothing at this specific moment. We don't have anything that pops out. Again, we're reviewing all of those writings, but nothing.
Barnaby, how you feeling these days, brother? You doing
No,
okay?
Go ahead. All right. Yeah.
About security measures at the church. we're told that we heard that she may have tried to get into a classroom full of students.
Shit,
I'm
man,
not
we just
sure
live
that's
in that
part of the
dream, Sam.
investigation, and I forgot to address this. Yesterday, there was a question about a body-worn camera. Our officers did have body-worn cameras, so a part of this investigation is going through that, plus the security cameras. So I really don't want to speculate right now, but we will be transparent as more information comes in. Over here,
That'll
on the
be
corner,
interesting
and
to
then we'll
see
get
if they publish any of the
Go ahead.
video cams from inside the church, or if they leak.
Just provided. What did she say? What did she? You guys have camera information, et cetera, et cetera. What did the woman say to that security guard at all?
Free Palestine.
I mean, it's still under.
Oh, that's gonna get me
investigation.
banned.
She displayed a weapon, and we're going to re-interview the security guard, but she had a rifle, and it was pointed at her, and she was unarmed.
I'm gonna get you too. Go ahead, and then we'll work our way over here. Did I leave anybody? We don't want to jump ahead of that. I think it's very important that we don't. As a society right now, we want to group different people for different reasons. I think that's really counterproductive to our healing process, to the way that we want to patrol and police our cities. So I just want us to simply wait on the facts. You got mental illness here. You got a lot of things going on. And so let us work that out.
We'll have
And
to
I
look.
promise
Hold on,
you,
Buzz.
we're
Let's see.
transparent here. We'll get it to you. Go ahead.
Oh,
Thanks.
Yeah, it could be, Matt.
Oh,
You got me on
I
that
don't
one.
know. All we can do is that's part of the process, and we're just 24 hours into it.
Yeah, I look like a
there's
retard
lot
wearing
of
my headphones because I'm trying to listen
discussion
to the rest of the house
and
at the
our
same time.
social media with some professional reporters and investigators, and some that's not so. So we're just here to present the facts as we know at this time. Yeah, we don't know at this time. We're still working on it. Go ahead, and then we'll come right here, and then you, and then back around. Go ahead.
Many off-duty officers between HPD, TABC, other agencies that were already at the church, and between those two officers who opened fire.
Yeah, dude, I was over there a lot later than that, man. The last time I was over there, I was in Heidelberg, Germany from
That's part of the investigation.
89
I
to like
know
92.
that both of them did
somewhere around there.
discharge, but give us some time to review
I love
the
Germany,
videos,
man.
and you know, whatever we
Don't
have,
bring a
our
bunch of
officers,
hoodlums to
body-worn
Germany,
cameras,
'cause we can
we'll
get
put that
beer
out,
at
within
any
30
time.
days. So
And it's great.
yes, they were actually working there. I don't know right now.
Probably why I have this
Yeah.
now. Although this
Hold
is
up.
absolute fucking piss water.
We don't know. That's part of the investigation, and that's something too that we will share right here, and then we'll work our way back around to you. Go ahead. I got you.
Yeah, any indication?
Saying on that
No,
radar,
that's not
what
Bud
does that
Light,
mean?
Barnaby.
And I just I
This is
don't
Keystone.
want to cut you off, but I don't know.
Don't start no
that's,
man against the mass and
accurate,
stuff with me.
But she did have a history. If you want to say that, but there are millions upon top of millions of people who
I
have
have to show that
history.
man against the masses
And,
meme.
to your question and answering it, the response is that we all need to continue to work together. Neighbors, family members, getting that information up to us in a timely manner where we can be proactive and prevent it.
I know,
that's where we're
Bernie.
going, but I just don't have all the facts.
Oh, man against the
Go ahead, sir.
masses took that away and put Bud Light on it the other night in one of his memes. Dirty bastard.
No. I think she was
What's up, Joe?
possibly transported to the hospital. Let me say this, and according to my commander, she and a few other members have been really cooperating with the investigation, and that's why I asked for
Drink my
prayers
beer
for
backwards.
everybody. Can you imagine what family members are going through? Okay, go ahead, ma'am. Yeah.
Hey, cool deal, Chess. I'm sorry for your soul. Just get a religion and subscribe to it, because in my channel, you're going to hell with gasoline pants on.
I don't know right now. Again, once we have a chance to view that video, and y'all know, whatever we have to show, we'll show it, but we just don't know right now. Another question that comes up, and let's be out front with it. Was it the police officers who shot, or was it her? We don't know. And I think the worst thing that we can do is speculate on something as important as that. Once we get the evidence in and ballistics and all that, I think we'll
listen to, like I said, we'll listen to the sound of the
Great.
shooting, because that's on another video. We'll listen to that after this is done.
That's what, yes. Okay. I don't know. We'll let you know on that. I don't know right now. Go ahead. We don't know. That's part of the investigation, and I think it's a very important part of the investigation. We need to know where and you know how, all that, and why. Yeah. So, yeah. Did you need to say something? Okay, I'll get it. Oh, then. Okay. She did, and I can answer that. She did, and that we stated that yesterday, and we'll state it again today. She did threaten that she had a bomb on her person. Okay, let me get her on the corner right here. Go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't.
Just
Yeah.
to follow up on the gun question and to clarify. So, did she actually own those guns? Had she taken those guns from some illegal?
That's part of the investigation, but I was
Trying to hear this
pretty
shit.
sure that she purchased one, and you can speak to the facts of it. Yeah.
Where did she purchase it?
We're still conducting the trace on that, but we do know that the one that she did utilize was, from what we can tell, purchased in December legally.
Yeah, but was it her who purchased it from the FFL?
We'll get
or
two
was it
more. Let me
someone
get
else
somebody I hadn't
who
heard
sold
from.
it
Go
to
ahead.
her?
The vehicles that are still being processed over there, we'll send that out in coordination with our investigators, with Lakewood officials as well. But we'll get that out as soon as we can. Okay, give me two more. Go ahead.
Guarantee you a lot of this shit gets buried quick.
Commander, from your investigation thus far, there had been a direct threat or concern within the confines of Lakewood, emails or what have you regarding this woman and that was
No, sir.
you mentioned the writings. You mentioned the writings was the shooter
I really don't know right now, and we'll it's 24 hours. When we determine it, we'll share it with you. Okay. Last one. We always, and not only churches, all religious institutions, we have a strong relationship with all of them, and you see, here's the goal, and here's the deal in this great city. Tragedy happens, and what I've seen in 34 years of service, a lifetime residence, with a few exceptions, years to college, whenever something happens, we come back stronger and better. And this is what we play. This is why you see so many people up here, and so many people in the back, including our mayor, including our other elected officials. Our congresswoman is here. We're going to be better, but in the way of getting better, building stronger relationships, communicating every day. And please, community and everybody, stop putting people in boxes, okay? That's counterproductive. Good people should line up with good people, whatever faith, whatever community, and all of us working together, and that's what we tend to do. But look, it's been a long day especially for my investigators.
Barnaby,
let me
sure
acknowledge
enough.
them. I know they're somewhere in the room for the hard work all of our homicide investigators do each and every day. But thank y'all for being here, and
the way it
tried to
always goes with
answer
this.
much as we could. So thank y'all. All right.
All right, so they're through with that. Kick that from the screen. And what's up, man?
I made it sharper.
Get out of here.
It's a split.
My child. So let's do this. Let me show screen share. Da, 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 da. So this was recorded, I guess, from another part of the lobby. And you guys tell me, watch this, listen to it. Hold on, let's do this. Can I do speed playback? Let's do this at 75% speed. And you guys tell me how many shots you hear. Because this is right when it starts.
What the fuck? No, yeah.
Let's do that one more time. It's like 6. It's 18. 19, 20.
What the fuck?
I'm counting at least 28 shots.
No, yeah.
All right, let's throw that back in real speed. Because, like I said, I'm counting at least 28 shots. Let's throw that back in real speed. This is over 23 seconds.
What the fuck? No, yeah.
One more time. 5 shots.
What the fuck?
It's at least. So to me, from what I hear, that's at least 28 shots fired. That's her with an AR coming up, trying to engage. Apparently, she shoots one dude in the leg. 2 guys engage her with handguns, because I seriously doubt whether they're toting ARs. And you can kind of hear the difference in the pitch of the 2 incoming and outgoing rounds. I'm counting 28, somewhere around there. Ron Gunn, what's up, my brother? So 28 rounds. By the time you cut the front of the video off before the shooting starts till the time you cut the end of the video off to where the shooting ends, I'm guessing 15 to 20 seconds. Pretty quick, especially adrenaline pumping. You're having to respond from something and drawing and getting on the trigger. But again, and this is part of why this stream is this was a person. I wish I could just wipe the names and stuff out, which I don't think they show her name. Let's do this. Let's present. Let's do a screen share. So this is the person accused of the shooting, who is presently at room temperature. There's Joel Osteen, who runs the big fuck all mega church. Do they have any more? Let's keep rolling. That's a picture of her. Lakewood Church shooter identified right there. Now, understand, I am not going towards some kind of racial argument at all, whatsoever. What I am going to is the narrative that the media pushes. Because if that person who tried to commit the shooting looked like me, it would be all over the media nonstop for the next at least 48 hours, and they would keep pounding that drum forever. However, This was a woman. She was not white. She had issues with gender. And all of these groups that are normally posting about this on X, Moms Demand, where you guys at? Everytown, where you guys at? Brady, where you guys at? I haven't seen nothing from them over the shooting. I certainly haven't seen that these people in these groups posting that, hey, it's a good thing these people had guns in this church that stopped this shooter. There's never been a want-to-be mass shooter in the history of this world that has gotten so tired of shooting innocent people that they just killed themselves. There's always a force, violence that is directed at them that makes them stop their actions. And maybe we'll do a stream one night on shootings that have actually been stopped by good guys with a gun, because there have been quite a few. From church shootings to shootings at malls, there's quite a few. And then the media will tell you that the good guy with a gun is a myth. Because most good guys aren't going to carry their gun into a gun-free zone. And I wonder how many gun-free zone signs are on that church. I would be really interested to see that. What's up, Red Dawn? What's happening, brother? So I'll be interested to see just how true. Yeah, I'll be interested to see just how quick this disappears, because we all know there are shootings that don't fit the narrative. Trans school shooters that just absolutely disappear. So I'll be interested to see how quick that this one just gets wiped away. What's up, 500? But that's where we're at right now. So we'll see that where this one goes in the next few days. Yeah, no kidding, Ron. Yeah, don't mess with Texas. Because, again, none of these mass shooters stop because they just get tired. They get stopped because people meet them with an overwhelming force, or at least some force. Yeah, well, I carry mine in gun-free zones all the time, and I will continue to, because those gun-free zone signs don't stop anybody else, so why the hell are they going to stop me? And where I'm at, the most they could do, if I went to reach up on a shelf and they saw my gun, is they can say, hey, we don't want guns here. We want you to leave. And at that point, I'm going to go, okay, I'm out. Bye. See you. Because if I don't do that at that point, then that's a trespass charge. At that point, I'm just going to go, okay, hey, yeah, no harm, no foul. I'm leaving. It's not a, could it be a shit show? Yeah, sure, it could be. Am I more dependent on myself than that becoming a shit show? Yes, I am. I can't carry a cop in my pocket. If I could carry him like my gun, all he's seeing is my right nut anyway, and he's not going to be that useful. Yeah, that's it. It's okay. You don't want a gun here. Okay, I'm gone. I am no threat to any person who is not a threat to me. If you are a threat to me or my family, I'm going to be a little bit more of a threat to you than you probably want at that point. My wife, pretty much the same way. So, can these people, kind of people, be brainwashed over the internet, be talked into subsequently doing these acts? Yes. I think that's highly likely. I also think that's why you've seen our government, our FBI, and all these other groups, even with Uvalde, with Parkland, they knew these shooters. These shooters had made terroristic threats. Now, I'm not a big fan of laws for speech or anything else, but these people made threats that would have got them put in prison for any other thing. But then they were just allowed to stay on the street and then they do their thing. It's honestly because our government needs more bodies to stand on to push gun control. That's what it's all about. That's what they do. You think they care about innocent people, you're dead ass wrong. Bull Rush, what's up? Bull Rush, I can't spell to save my life, so if I fucked up the name of your hometown, you just got to deal with that, brother. You got to take one for the home team. I typed everything up quick. I can't type. I can't spell. It's like a dick. You just got to take it. Can I say? Anyway, guys, I am going to get out of here. I want to do that tonight. Be on the lookout. I never know when I'm going live these days. I try to work it around everybody else's shows, so I'm not interfering with anybody. I was actually going to do one really early this morning, but yes, this is true, Trade. See, you already know I can barely talk, much less spell. I was going to do one really early this morning, kind of about this, and Hillbilly got on, and Gizzard Gary got on, and I just decided to hang out in their chat forever, and just chill out. And I played around on X while I was listening to them, and that's when I run into some more of this stuff. So it's just kind of one of those things, man. I've got to. Good Lord, there's stupid stuff going on in Virginia right now. We'll see whether the governor signs all this assault weapons ban stuff. South Carolina tomorrow. So keep an eye out for Night Strike or me. And if I don't do it, I will post Night Strike. Tomorrow, the House in South Carolina is supposed to reintroduce their constitutional carry bill. Either one of us will be posting that. Yep. It'll be in the House. So if it's not me, it'll be Night Strike. If for some reason I know about it, he doesn't see it, I will call Night Strike and tell him, hey, brother, it's happening. So keep an eye out for either me or Night Strike tomorrow. I don't go until a little later tomorrow, so there's a possibility I can cover some of it and then Night Strike can carry the rest, or I'll just jump on Night Strike stream and we'll cover it together. Just depends. So we'll see. Yep, Louisiana's looking at it too. They're supposed to go to a special session in Louisiana to try to pass constitutional carry. So that's going to be another lookout, along with all the other stupid crap we're seeing from Hawaii with we have the spirit of aloha and you don't have a Second Amendment, and stuff from Illinois, hopefully moving to the Supreme Court. There's so much crap going on right now. It's not even funny. It's like a ping pong ball just getting batted back and forth. And as much of it as I can cover, I'll cover. Minnesota's got a lot of stuff going on right now. There's a group from Minnesota. I can't remember their exact name offhand. I follow them. It's like Minnesota gun owners or something like that. Minnesota's trying to push a bunch more gun control right now. Virginia's definitely pushing assault weapons bans. God, there's just so much going on. It's hard to keep up with. But I am going to, anytime, like I said, I don't know when I'm going live these days. I've shot very few kind of edited videos these days. The last one I did was the Goon Beam unboxing, because Goon Beam freaking rocks. So if you're looking for a good flashlight, Goon Beam, GONBEAM, look up Goon Beam. They got weapons lights, hand lights, EDC lights, which this is one of their EDC lights. And this thing is built like a tank. I'm still going to try to wreck it. Yeah, dude, it's SCOTUS has got to get involved at some point. But I still believe that Todd's right, and we have to get the House Judiciary Committee involved. And I am tagging Jim Jordan and all kinds of stuff these days. Just Tread, I'm sorry. It may be my connection, brother, because I'm out in the country, wind's blowing, we got more weather and stuff going on, so it could be my connection. But yeah, when it comes to like the federal judiciary, all these federal judges, yeah, I'm still tagging Jim Jordan and stuff. I've got to do a stream, just me kind of sitting down and writing a letter to the House Judiciary and able to give some people some ideas. So there's all kinds of stuff going on. It's crazy trying to keep up with everything. But anyway, I am getting out of here, perps. Hopefully, Jovi, I think Jovi and Trinity are, I don't know whether they're live tonight. I haven't looked yet because I did this. But anyway, we'll end it like we always do. You perps be cool. Keep that thing on you at all times. Your government hates you and wants you dead. Period. End of story. It's just the way it is. Anyway, you guys are all cool as shit, man. I love you guys to death. And we will catch you on the next one, guys. Y'all have a good evening. It's Monday. Just chill. Tuesday, hopefully it gets better. Later, guys.